At this point, what genre of music do you consider yourself?
I I would say I'm like the B-side Drake, you feel me? Like, like a little R&B mixed with a little smooth rap in it. Just like keeping some player shit going on.
Is it 50-50 R&B and rap, or is it more R&B than rap, more rap than R&B?
I mean, at times it could be more R&B and at times it could be more rap. But I'm like, I'm a big R&B head anyway, so like I've been on R&B shit a lot.
Which came first for you, R&B or rap?
I would say R&B because I'm a grandma's like a mama's baby, so like that's all they played was like the Tamia's, Beyonce's, Anita Baker, that type of shit.
Now, when it comes to being a recording artist, is it easy or hard to be a recording artist?
That shit hard, man, because it be long days, longer nights, to where your nights turn into days and you just forget the days. But then it's like, it's better than a lot of other shit I could be doing. So, I just be thanking God.
You've had 9 to 5 regular quote unquote jobs before.
Yeah, definitely.
How does the job of a recording artist compare to that?
I mean, I would say you definitely work hard as a recording artist, but it's on some shit like you may work hard for 3 months and then 6 months you got a little downtime, you feel me, where you can go do other ventures, act, open up businesses and things like that. Therefore, as a job, you got to be at that motherfucker when they say so, or that's it.
And just for transparency, what jobs have you had in the past?
Man, I don't work at a call center. That ain't work because I'm the girl. So I was working at a call center with my baby mama. I used to stay getting caught cheating. So I got fired from there. I don't work construction. I don't really like all that hard work, sweating and shit, coming your feet hurting. Got fired from there. Warehouses. Everything but fast food. I couldn't do no fast food because I know that was gonna be a failure out the gate before it started. So
Never even tried.
yeah, hell no.
Now, when it comes to being a recording artist, what makes a great recording artist? What are some of those characteristics?
Somebody who don't care what people think. That's when you on some like you in your bag then, cause just think about it. Like once Drake stopped like giving a fuck and trying to fit the mold, he became like the superstar. Yeah, Kanye West as well. Like once he started speaking his mind and shit, and like come out his shell, they blow to like crazy. Like Michael Jackson as well. Like once he opened up, he became a super mega star. So it's just being free, be yourself. Like don't care what nobody say. If you okay with it, fuck everybody.
Now, do you know any of these people personally, or is this more so an observation?
Just like studying the game, you feel me? But somebody I know personally like that, I would have to say, Young Thug. I know Slime. And I met him through Lil Duke, actually. Shout out Lil Duke, that's my boy. The whole YSL account. But, like, I done talked to Thug and Thug, like, man, I came in the game not giving a fuck. So I knew I was going, you feel me, be at a level I'm on because when nobody doing it like me. You feel me? They was talking bad, and they would. If you go back to earlier, they was like, man, what's going on with him? Now look at him. He the biggest artist in the game almost.
Have you had a chance to work with him as far as music?
Oh, yeah, we cooked up a few things before I was signed. I wasn't able to, you feel me, take the music with me because, it's business. I ain't tripping, though. It's just an honor to be in our. It was me, him, Chris Brown, Lil Duke, uh, who else? Chris Brown, homeboy, I can't think of his name. He a bigger fellow with dreads. But yeah,
Hoodie Baby?
Yeah, Hoodie Baby, Hoodie. That's my boy. So like we just vibe and stuff, kick it, and I guess they fuck with me because I be on some like I ain't no groupie. I ain't trying to put y'all on the camera every 5 minutes, let niggas know I'm in here with them, we working. Like you just vibe. Like they regular people, they like to be treated regular more than anything because it's hard to get treated like that once you get on that level.
Now, when you say you're signed, who are you signed to at this point?
Okay, so Jermaine Dupri discovered me, you feel me, from my city, and then he took me to Def Jam. So me and So Def got a joint venture, but the main label is Def Jam.
And how did he discover you exactly?
Through Instagram during quarantine. I was freestyling over Money Ain't a Thing, and you've been in the game, Small, so you know how hard it is for an artist to like a remix of their song. They hate that shit. So like once he liked it and it's Jermaine Dupri, I was like, okay, it's a good song.
He actually liked it with a heart on your
Yeah.
Instagram.
And he reposted it. Like he posted and was like, I ain't know they was talking like this in Tampa. And like he never DM'd me like for like a week or two. So I'm like, damn, what's up? So I see him one night. He just going through my page. He liking like down, and you can see the lights going down. And then he got the 8 bands. And that's when I got the DM like, you signed yet? And I was like, hell no, I've been waiting this long for you to DM me, and now you finally. So yeah, that's my boy.
Was this the first record deal you ever had in your life?
Yeah.
Now, when it came to doing Money Ain't a Thing, was the intent of you doing that beat or that remix there, whatever you want to call it, was it to get his attention or no?
I mean, in a sense, because it's like I've been doing things like that. Like I rap over Jazzy Faith, So What, and have all my followers tag him. That's how I linked up with him. He did me like, oh yeah, you gotta come to the A. So I came to the A before I even knew Jermaine Dupri. So it was like more of a sense like I've been doing it, but it's like content pieces. I just keep it out so I could keep my name in the mix. Like, okay, he's still rapping. Even if I couldn't afford to shoot a video at the time, I know it don't cost shit to make a Triller video. So, you know, that was kind of like my side little, like, if I can't make a video, I'm going with Triller. And then we ended up, it was me and Tay Bay in the studio, and he was like, why you want to do an original beat? Like, why you rapping over this song? I was like, it's just content. And the freestyle is literally like a minute and 1 second, because, you know, Instagram videos is 1 minute. So after I posted it, it was like, man, y'all tag Jermaine Dupri. And I guess my fans liked it a lot, because that's the most tags I ever got, was like 500 tags. And then he was like, yeah, they going crazy. Like, what's going on? And, you know, rest history.
So would you consider this like a tactic you were doing, a strategy? Would this be a cloud up move, quote
Oh, yeah,
unquote?
definitely. I mean, clout is so overused nowadays because it's just a word that everybody. But it's like, yeah, if you want to say it, like, yeah, it was to get his attention, to see that I'm a rapper and I could really rap, I can make good music. So, I mean, some people say social media bad, some people say it's good. It's whatever you use it for at the time. So I use it for good. So
These people that you named, like Jermaine Dupri, Jazzy Faye, were these the only times this move worked?
nah, it worked with Big Bank too. Shout out to Bank, that's my boy. He actually let me rap on his live. Akbar, DJ Cosmic Kill. He the one told Def Jam like, yeah, he a problem. We need him. So, you know, like, the list goes on. Like, I've been jumping on Instagram lives. I've been rap battling, going against niggas, ripping their head off. Anything to try to keep the exposure.
Now, back to Young Thug before I move forward with other questions. What is Young Thug really like?
Man, that's the coolest nigga in the world, man. Like, no cap. Like, this ain't no clout because, like, I fuck with him. Like, he cool. He laid back. He don't do too much like certain niggas I done met, you feel me? Like, he be in his own zone. Like, he don't bother nobody. And he ain't even, like, talk to me, like, the first couple times we had him linked up. We was just in there smoking and chilling. And then, like, one night, you know. But I understand, like, you this big, you trying to read people, and it's like so many new people you meet, and so many new people you got to read, so you got to take your time with that shit.
What were you guys smoking on?
I think it was Biscotti. That's what do. Like, we were smoking Biscotti. We were, Jesus Christ.
Marijuana.
Yeah, definitely.
When it comes to marijuana, for you personally, are you addicted to it?
Hell yeah. I ain't even finna sit in here and lie. I'll be trying to quit. Like, the longest I quit, probably like 3 weeks. But then something happened that'll like get on my nerves or something. And I know if I spot this blunt up, that shit ain't gonna matter no more. So, but I still work out and shit too. So.
Now, how long have you been in music for? Rough estimate.
I mean, like, seriously, like, going to the studio like 4 years.
And for time reference, it's November 2021 now.
Yeah, definitely.
In your opinion, from what you've seen, what you've experienced, what's the biggest mistake? What's the biggest mistake recording artists make?
I would have to say fucking with like so many different niggas. Like I understand like niggas be hungry trying to come up, and every nigga that tell you something that sound good, you don't gotta jump on it. But I've been through that too. Cause when you ain't really got shit, and it costs to be a up and coming recording artist. So when you don't really have nothing, it's like it's niggas in your ear like, man, I'm telling you, we could push it through the roof. You do this, that, and the third, and you just get yourself tied in with so much bullshit to where it be hard to get out. Luckily, like I ain't never had those type of problems in the city, cause you know, I just be kind of to myself. But yeah, that's just like the main problem. They gotta find a good team and just stay with that team.
Now, what are your thoughts on music in 2021, overall speaking?
I mean, I like the new sound. It's like it's the music for that generation. Like I would call myself like a millennial baby. So you know, like I'm like, no pun intended, but like the products of the Bow Wows and the Lil Zanes and the Lil Waynes and shit like that, like the mixtape era Wayne and shit. That's what I came up on. So you know, it's different. But nowadays, I like the new music because it's a different type of pain. They going through different shit nowadays. These young kids. So you know, I like to hear it.
Now, if you feel like you answered some of these next few questions I'm about to ask already, then you can skip it or add on to it. And if not, feel free to provide an answer. But what's the best thing about music right now?
I mean, just the freedom. Like, being able to express yourself through the music. Like, you don't got to really talk to nobody and stuff like that. Because, you know, when you talk to people, sometimes they may take it a different way than you put it out there. But if you put it in your music, it's however you receive it as a person. Like, I can't tell you how to take my music. That's on you. So, you know, it's just like expressing yourself. That's probably what I like the best about this shit.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, worst thing about music, if anything?
I have to say it'd be like the fake love. Like, right now where I'm at, 'cause you know I'm from Tampa, so it's like I signed the Def Jam, and niggas just think like, boom, we millionaires, we supposed to do this, that, and the third, when it's on some shit like, nah, this just the beginning. Now it's time to try to get to the next level. So it's like all the fake love and the, oh, you don't remember this type of shit. That shit really like get on my nerves, but I'm learning to ignore it.
When it comes to Tampa, is it a certain part of Tampa you represent?
I rep the whole Tampa, but I'm from downtown. I'm from Central Park, you know, in Progress Village. Shout out to Buck Sosa, but I'm from, like, you feel me, Tampa. Like, I done been in every neighborhood in Tampa. I done lived in I done went to school everywhere. Everybody know me. They know my family. And I don't like no tough gangster shit. It's just like, okay, that's the cool nigga who rap. And I gamble, so you know that, you know, everybody fuck with me in the city.
When it comes to gambling, is that something you're addicted to?
I used to be. I ain't gonna lie. I used to fuck up a lot of rent money at the dice game. But I don't want a lot of rent money at the dice game. But now it's like I got kids and shit now. And, you know, I got girls, I got shit I gotta take care of. So, you know, you gotta prioritize that shit.
When it comes to gambling overall,
Mm-hmm.
since you've gambled,
Mm-hmm.
do you think you've profited or lost?
Hell no, I know I'm down. I'm probably like, over my whole life, I shot dice when I was like 13. I think I'm probably down like at least like 200, 250. I done lost a lot of money gambling. Cause at first, I ain't know how to gamble. I still don't really know how to gamble with sense. I'm one of them dudes who gamble with emotion. Like, you make me mad, fuck it, bet everything in your pocket. So, like, I be on shit like that, and I usually get fucked up. But, you know, you live to fight another day.
What was the most you ever won at one time?
In the backyard, shout out to Vid. I think I won like 13,000 playing dominoes, though.
And what's the most you ever lost at one time?
Man, shit, I think I lost 16,000 of my own money, and I borrowed like $6,000 from my big homeboy, Big. That's my boy. And like he ain't never said nothing, so I done paid him back by then. But I probably still owe Big. Everybody in the city owe Big. That's a big dog. But probably like a 20 ball. That's the most. Yeah.
You ever found dice or trickery when it came to gambling?
I mean, I know the finesses because I'm from Florida, so, you know, being from down south, you watching for the finesse out the gate. So like Florida niggas don't really finesse each other when it come to dice unless you just like green. Cause everybody in Florida kind of know that's why niggas take their show on the road sometimes. But yeah, I ain't never had no problem with that. I just get fucked up. Like that's it.
Would you ever implement fake dice yourself?
I mean, back then, hell yeah. Cause shit, you gotta do what you gotta do to eat. We in the streets. So if we in the streets, anything kind of goes, you feel me? So if you gonna let me get over with these fake dice, then shit, your ass finna go down. But not right now, cause I'm kind of older, so I kind of like understand karma and shit. Karma real, so I just be trying to keep my face clean.
When you did use trick dice, did you ever get caught?
No, I ain't never used trick dice. I ain't never been like no good dice shooter. I just knew like, say for instance, I roll a 10, but the dude I'm gambling ain't paying attention. I'm gonna pick up whatever the point come out next, cause he ain't see it. So shit, that was my point, like shit like that. But I ain't never had no trick dice. A nigga kill you by something like that. Yeah, I don't play like that.
And you never found trick dice in the game you're playing?
Nah.
Okay. When it comes to Jermaine Dupri, what's it like working with him?
Shit, man, that man. I see why he in the songwriter, Hall of Fame, producer, like Grammys, cause he a genius. Like, he ain't never wrote no song for me, but I see like the shit he cut for Usher and other R&B artists, and it's like, damn, he really in here making these R&B tracks that we fucking love to death, and he doing it like quick. Like he pushing out 4 or 5 songs when he do it, and then after he make them songs, when I come in, he switched to the beat machine and he produced, and he done produced 5, 6 beats in 45 minutes. Like the man a genius.
When he's produced for you, when he's produced for you, are you picking through stuff that he's already made, or he's cooking up from scratch?
Oh no, we cook everything from scratch. Everything.
You mentioned he hasn't wrote for you yet. Do you want him to? Is that something you're waiting on, or no, you don't want him to?
I mean, I don't want nobody to write for me, but ideas, I'm always down to listen to an idea, because that's how you expand. That's how you get bigger.
Is he easy or tough to work with?
Oh no, he easy. He be vibing. Like he laid back. He don't really do a lot.
When it comes to all of his characteristics, what do you enjoy the most about him? What's your favorite characteristic about JD?
He act like a real he a real nigga. He make jokes. He like girls. Like he be on Instagram scrolling just like the next man. You feel me? Like he just like a real dude. Like he don't sugarcoat it for you. And we done had our times where we'll go back and forth. Like never no disrespectful shit, but it's on some shit like, I don't want to do this, and he like, you may need to do this, and I'm like, well, nah, cause Blase Squaze in here say, well, this the reason I think you need to do this, cause this worked with this situation, and he break it down and show it to me, cause I don't really know nothing, but the Tampa music scene, so he's just trying to show me how to expand myself.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, out of all of his characteristics, is there something that bugs you, that bothers you, that you can't stand? Maybe a pet peeve, for example, of him.
I hate repeating myself. If you know, you know. I hate saying shit twice. So he can't hear, I think. I don't know what the fuck, but every time I say something, he like, huh? So I be like, fuck it, man. Like, it is what it is. But I think that come from being in the studio a lot. That shit be fucking with his ear, but he can't hear word, but damn.
My last question about JD. Best advice or most important thing you learned from him working with him thus far?
It'll have to be like, stay true to who you is once you get signed and shit like that. Like don't change, don't go and try to make no genre of music. Like if you've been doing what you've been doing, stay in your lane. Like it ain't nothing wrong with getting over in the next lane and like seeing what it's like, but always stay in your lane. Like stay true to yourself. Same thing like what Young Thug told me. Like just be yourself. You're gonna go way farther.
Now, I said that was my last question, but another question popped up in my head. When it comes to him producing for you as far as beats and things of that nature, has there ever been a beat that he's cooked up from scratch for you and maybe you pass on or you didn't end up using and it became a bigger song for someone else?
Not at this point in my career, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, like, because he makes so much music. So, yeah, but it's been a few times I'm like, nah, I don't like that beat. And like, he kind of like you. He don't take offense to shit. Like, As long as you ain't disrespectful with it, he ain't taking no offense. Like, okay, we'll cook up another one.
What is music missing right now, if anything?
Like that, what's the word?
Take your time.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of how to word it. It's missing that substance rap again. You know how, like, when the Young Guns make a song, like No Better Love or something, and it's a song strictly about, like, this girl they dealing, like, you could see the video before you even see the video, because you could pick, it's missing that. Everything just all over the place. It ain't no subject rap no more. So, you know, like, but it's slowly coming back, because I see, like, the real spitters is back out. Big Sean, J. Cole, Drake, K. Dot, Currency, like, all the real spitters is back dropping music, and, like, bars is coming back fast.
Have you had a chance to work with any of these names you just mentioned?
Nobody yet, but me and Currency gonna cook up, because he got something coming with JD, so we definitely gonna cook up. That's my boy. Shout out to Currency.
You've had a chance to meet him at least?
We talked, but I ain't met him in person yet. Yeah.
When it comes to music in 2021, is this a hustle or an art form?
I mean, it's both, because an artist gonna paint something, like, they ain't trying to keep it for themselves. They trying to hustle it off so they could continue to be a free artist and paint. You feel me? And keep expressing themselves. So that's how I look at music. Like, my song is my painting, like, and I'm gonna sell it, you know, so I could keep painting, so I can, like, so I can keep making these masterpieces for y'all.
For you, how did it start personally? Hustle or art form?
It really started art form, because I never wrote a rap, like, until, like 2-3 years ago. Because I just used to freestyle. And, like, on the block, me and my homeboys be shooting dice, or we'll be smoking or something, playing dominoes, and they'll play the beats, or we'll just, like, bust out beating on our chest, freestyling. And it was like I was always good, and they'll tell me, like, man, you need to take it serious. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And so one day I was like, man, you know what, I'm going to try to be a rapper. So,
And speaking of smoking, I know we touched on it very briefly, and you admit to an addiction to it, but is this medically prescribed, or is this just recreational for you?
It's just recreational, but it could be medically prescribed, because, I got a little attitude problem sometimes, too.
But a doctor never wrote a script for you yet?
Nah, yeah, I ain't never been to no doctor for no marijuana.
What do you wish you knew before you became a recording artist, if anything?
What do I wish I knew?
Is there something you look back and be like, man, I wish I would have known that? I wish someone told me this, or I wish this was blatant in my face before I became a recording artist?
I ain't really got nothing, because it's like, I kind of, like, did this, not on my own. Shout out to my big homeboy Doodoo. Shout out to Biggs. Shout out to my dread, Chi. Them three right there, they the reason why I'm at where I'm at, you feel me? Because when I used to be thinking crazy and, like, damn, I wish they always been there to have my back. So it's like, I ain't never, like, it ain't shit I really regret or, like, wish I knew back then. It's just like, I learned from whatever happened, and I just keep it trucking.
Now, circumstances could be different for everybody, but generally speaking, what do you say to someone right now thinking about becoming a recording artist?
I mean, if you thinking about it, you don't really want to do it. You got to know you want to do it. So if you thinking, then you need to come back when you 100% sure. Like I tell my partners who rap, like, I ain't made it. I can't just get you no deal. I ain't big like that yet. So you feel me? You got to want that shit for yourself like I did. Like, sometimes that shit gonna require you not being able to go to the club because you got to pay for studio time and videos and shit like that. But that's a sacrifice that come with the success.
You mentioned you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
How many, if you don't mind me asking?
I got 2 sons.
Same mother for both?
Nah, different mother.
Would you go ahead?
I told you I used to be a little player, you feel me? So
would you let your own kids become a recording artist if they wanted to?
Man, my kids do what they want to do right now, because not like on no disrespectful tip, nah, because they well-mannered, but it's like on some shit like, if my son wake up in the morning and say he want to do gymnastics, and the next morning he want to be a basketball player, we gonna go do it. Cause who am I to say you can't do something? And like they told me I couldn't like be no rapper, no shit like that, and I did it. So I give my kids like freedom, and they young too, so they like I don't whoop them or nothing.
And for time reference, it's November 2021 now. And by the way, I did want to ask you this. You do have a cross around your neck. Do you follow a religion?
I mean, I'm a Christian. You feel me? That's what I was brought up at. That's what my grandma them took me to church at. So I don't really like get deep into it, but I respect their wishes. Then it's like that's what I was brought up on. So I understand it for me. It ain't for nobody else to understand. Like, oh, well, you praying to this, white, this, that, and like I don't get into that. Like, that's your opinion. That's cool, but I don't. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a Christian. My family is Christian.
Now, when it comes to Christianity, I know you're not too deep into it as you described, but is it a certain denomination under Christianity?
I would say Baptist.
Okay.
Yeah, Baptist.
You mentioned your grandmother, you mentioned your mother in this interview. What happened to your father?
That's my boy, like we ain't really had the best relationship when I was growing up, but I'm on some shit like I ain't finna be bitter about it. Like that's still my daddy, so and I know he got my back more than anybody else, so cause I'm his son, so yeah, that's my boy.
Why not the best relationship back then?
I mean, cause I was like a little I was a knucklehead. I was doing all type of shit, so he wasn't condoning that. So me being a rebel, like shit, you ain't condoning it, fuck you. But like he ain't really know how to like coach me in the streets and like tell me like I'm out here, so it's like you might as well not embrace it, but at least show me how to be safe and shit like that. He ain't never did that, so I had to learn that on my own. But other than that, yeah, we cool. That's my boy.
Did your parents split at some point in your life?
Yeah, when I was like, cause my little brother, he 4 years younger than me, so I think when he was like 2 or 3, yeah, that shit been over.
Were they technically ever married at one point?
Nah, my mom ain't never been married.
Do you know the reason why they split?
I think my dad kept going to like jail and prison and shit. So, they're saying you go to jail, you lose your bitch. So I guess that's what happened.
When it came to prison for him, what was the longest stint he did while you were growing up?
I think like 2-3 years. Like he never do like no crazy time, but he just go a lot. Yeah, he used to go a lot.
State prison, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And how many siblings, same mother, same father?
Just me and my little brother got the same mom and daddy, but I got 6 little sisters and a little brother, so I'm the oldest out of 8.